Hi, my name is Jeremy Kaiser, and welcome to Testimony Tuesday. So we'll just start from the beginning. I was born and raised in Nashville, Tennessee, to Bobby Lee Kaiser and Ramona Gail Kaiser. They met later in life, where she already had two children, my brother and my sister. And when he was younger, I don't know all the details, but when he was younger, 16 or 18, he was working on a roof and he fell through it. So he wasn't supposed to be able to have kids. Apparently that was a lie because here I sit, right? And when my mother thought she was pregnant, she went to the doctor and said, "Hey, I think I'm pregnant. I've been through this twice before and it feels like I'm pregnant." And they said, "No, you're not pregnant. You have a UTI. So here's some medicine. Take that. You'll be okay in a week." Well, that medicine had side effects on me, and I was born out of the womb with two half-inch teeth, two half-inch incisors, and so they pulled those, and every tooth that I had as a child, they capped with a silver cap, which caused me to have a speech impediment, and I couldn't say my R's. Usually that's not a big deal, but I went by my middle name, which was Ryan. So instead of Ryan, you heard Wyan. And as an elementary school student, I got picked on. I got bullied. He can't say his R's. He can't say his own name. So when I went to fifth grade, which is middle school down there, I wanted to change it to Jeremy. So I did, and I was trying to fit in. I was trying to fly under the radar, and because I was a minority in that school, different area, and I just wanted to blend in. I wanted to blend in the crowd. I wanted to do all the things that kids do, right? So I picked up saxophone that year, started playing in the band. Wasn't good at it at all, very bad. I got good at it later on in life, but I was very bad when I first started. And then we were supposed to have a Christmas concert, right, in December. I was working so hard, taking my instrument home, taking it on the bus, which is, if anyone's taken an instrument on a school bus, it's not easy, right? But I did it. I was faithful. I was diligent in it. And then at some point, the devil came, and he came to my father, right? And he said, "You have nothing worth living for anymore. You're going to lose it all." So he took his own life, right? That was December 14th. And 9 days before Christmas, a couple days before the concert. And that grief didn't really sit in with me. It didn't really register. So I remember telling my mother, "Hey, I have to go to this concert. I have to play." Because the teacher said the only way we miss it is if we have a death in the family. And that never sat in with me. So we went to the concert. And we only stayed for my grade. And then we had to leave because that same night, we had the wake of my father, which that death kind of caused a lot of turmoil, a lot of grief in my family, a lot of disarray, a lot of pulling different areas, right? Definitely in my own life, I never really tried to deal with it. I dealt with it in different ways, which is when pornography was introduced to me around that same age. It promised to fill a hole in my heart. You know, I can go in my alone time and get a relief and feel relief from the world, from this world that I clearly don't fit in with. And that took its grips on me real quickly. And it gripped me for a long time, and it ended up turning into partying and smoking cigarettes and drinking and going to bars and dating websites and toxic relationships. Mm, mm, sorry. Hmm. And that pornography spiraled into all this, right? And I would always try to fill this hole in my heart. I met Jesus when I was young, right? I actually met him in a summer camp in Ohio. I was filled with the Holy Ghost, and um, I felt his presence and his protection and his love, and it was so amazing. And the minute I leave the summer camp, the devil started speaking again, saying, "You're not worthy," and attacking my character. You can't say you're ours, and you're not good enough, and you have a pornography addiction. So it spiraled into that when I was an adult, where I would shut down bars at 4 a.m. and I would have weeks of depression and months of depression, weeks of not showering, and just be in this cycle where I would wake up, eat, go to work, eat, go to sleep, and I would do that. And then on weekends, I would drink because that's the only thing I had to do, right? I would go out. That's how I met people. And all these lies just combined in one that at the time, it was better than nothing. It was better than not having friends. It was better than being lonely. It was better than just sitting in this dark room and watching pornography and being consumed with Netflix or YouTube or whatever it is, and in this state of depression. Because I didn't truly want that. I didn't truly want any of that. I've always wanted a truly loving marriage from when I was a young boy, right? I always wanted that. But the lie of the enemy attached itself to me and was telling me that I'm not worthy of it, that this is better than having nothing because you're never going to get it, which is a lie, and we'll fast forward to the end of my stay in Nashville before I moved to Ohio. I just got out of a relationship who we lived with each other. Amazing woman, just was not right? We were both toxic. We both had different out views on life, and it just didn't work. So we ended up separating. It was a good split. And I was staying with my mother at that time, trying to figure out what to do next. And something kept calling me here. And I kept praying on it, and I kept saying, God, I've truly been trying to walk for you, not just know you, but try to walk for you these past like 6, 7, 8 months. Like I've been wanting more, I've been reading more, I've been watching more, I've been going to church more, I've been doing all this more. If this is my next step, Lord, I ask you to bless it, right? And then so I didn't hear anything. I kept praying and all that, still didn't hear anything. And I was like, well, I'm just going to do it, God. I'm going to go to Ohio because down here I'm depressed. I have a job that I'm not in love with anymore, and I'm just not happy. And I know I can't go back to what I was doing. I know I can't go out to the bar on Friday. I know I can't get back on these dating websites. I need more than this, right? So I came to Ohio, and God just showed up. God showed up. I was working at this place and met this person, and they introduced me to the Ark Empowerment Center, and God just confirmed and confirmed and confirmed, saying, hey, you were supposed to be here. You are supposed to be here. And God has really just blessed me here. He has really just shown me who he is, his character, let me grow in him, and let me just live a life that I wanted to live 10 years ago. Has healed me of a lot of things where I can sit here on this couch and talk about the death of my father and the addiction that I did have to pornography, but not anymore, right? Because the devil is a liar. So I'll end with this, right? And that is, when I was 18 or 19, I was engaged to a girl. We actually lived with each other again, right? And it ended horribly. It really did. It was very bad. Very toxic. A lot of trauma came out of that as well, right? And we ended up getting this car together, and we co-signed each other for it. And neither of us trusted each other fully. So to sell the car, we both had to have our names on the title. And I remember after all this, months later, it felt like a day, but months later after, I was like, God, okay, you brought me out of this because I wasn't supposed to be in it, right? And I trust you in that. But I still have this car tied to my name. I'm going to have it tied to my name for the rest of my life because I'll never be able to get her signature. And I prayed, God, if you can just help me get out of this one more thing, right? Can you help me get out of this, right? And I remember it was raining in Nashville, medium rain, light rain, and I stopped to get something to eat before I headed to work. And I got on the I-65, and a couple exits down, they would merge. And when they were merging, this car, a couple 100 feet in front of me, hit the car in front of it, sideswiped it, and everything in me was telling me, if you don't swerve, you're not going to walk out of this. So I swerved in this rain, and then I tried to swerve back into this lane, and I auto-corrected, and I ended up hitting the middle of the median. And I looked up, and there was a tractor trailer, semi with a trailer on it, coming right at me at 65, 70 miles an hour. And it smacks me. And I'm able to say that I walked out of that without a bruise, without any blood, without anything. I walked out. I could barely open the door. I remember that. And I walked out of it. And as I was looking at the car, they say that the frame dropped and pushed the semi to the outside of my car instead of it running straight over me in the driver's side. And I remember looking at it and that's when the devil came again, and was like, you're financially ruined and you're never going to be able to recover from this, because when you're 16, you work till you're 18. And when you're 18, you're like, I'm a man now and I can do anything and this is my life. And when someone's telling you, you just ruined it right there when you just got it, it was devastating. And I was having a rough day. And the looky-loos driving by, I'm sure that's all they thought was, this kid is having a rough day. And they were right. But they didn't see the blessing attached to it. I prayed for that detachment. I prayed, maybe not in that way, maybe not the way I wanted it, right? But that detachment was from God. And I walked out without a bruise, without a scrape, without a blood drop spilled. And I praise God for all these testimonies in my life. Thank you so much.